Today I fucked up by accidentally trauma bonding with my boss's dog and now he follows me home. So my boss brought his dog to the office. Cute golden retriever named Max. Everyone was petting him, giving him treats, whatever. I stayed chill. I don't trust dogs that trust everyone. Then lunchtime hit. I was having a rough day. I sat in the break room alone, eating sad pasta and listening to Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. Max walks in, looks at me, lays his head on my lap like he knows. I start talking to him. Not baby talk like full-on, life's hard bro, huh? type beat. He sighs. For 20 minutes we just sit there in mutual emotional exhaustion. I think I cried a little. Anyway, now he follows me around the office. Growls at hour. Tries to get in my car when I leave. Today he brought me his leash. My boss is annoyed. His wife says Max sleeps near the door now and seems distant. I think I emotionally hijacked their family dog. Do I return him? Or is this joint custody now? Too long did not read. Had a sad moment in the break room. Boss's dog comforted me, and now he emotionally imprinted on me. Dog might be mine now. It's not anyone's fault and Max sounds like a very good boy. He's probably worried about you. Has he seen you happy since the incident? Perhaps he is hoping you are okay. We don't deserve dog's heart. This is a till for you. You have depression. Not a today I fucked up though, dog is doing his job. Growls at HR? Good boy. That's it, I'm getting a golden. This settles it. Seems Max is keyed to emotional distress. This ain't no foo. Max is a good boy who wants to give you some joy. I'd say go with the flow. I don't want to be that guy, but it's important to use psychological terms like trauma bonding correctly so they don't lose their meaning. Gaslighting. Trauma bonding refers to an abusive dynamic where one person makes their partner emotionally dependent on them by putting them through cycles of trauma, abuse and positive behaviors. You were sad, a dog showed you empathy, there's no trauma or trauma bonding in this story. TIFU. I explained biology to a friend, possibly ruining her love life. Basically a while ago I was in an online discussion and the subject of K and K came up, and someone mentioned something called male squirting. I was a bit confused, but I wasn't gonna call them out on it. It's online strangers being wrong. I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum, because who cares, right? But still it was in the back of my mind. Whatever, no biggie. Today I was talking to a IRL friend, and we were both a little drunk, and we got to the subject of terrible sexual experiences of the past, and I was like, okay, so here's a weird thing, did you know that there are people who are into something called male squirting? How weird is that? And she gets a little embarrassed, and I ask her what's up and she admits to me that her partner is really into that. Me. Oh, okay then, clearly uncomfortable. Her. What? What's wrong? Me. No, it's nothing. If you're into it that's great. No judgment. Her. Look, you clearly got something to say, so go ahead. Me. I don't want to, because you might get grossed out and I don't want to ruin anything for you. Her. You won't ruin anything, just say it. Me. So you know it's just urine, right? Her, clearly horrified. What? No it isn't. Shut up. It's a different thing. Me. I mean sure, you get it out differently I suppose, but it's still just urine. Her. No it isn't. It's like female squirting. Me. You know that's just urine too, right? Her. No it isn't. I googled it. Says it's a fluid that contains creatinine and urea. Me. Okay now Google what urine contains. She was absolutely horrified and disgusted. Conversation got really awkward after that, but it turns out her partner basically either lied to her or was unaware of it himself, but he convinced her to let him do it. She said goodbye soon after, and honestly I'm not sure how the hell am I even going to interact with her after this, and how am I supposed to interact with him? It just feels so awkward now. Too long did not read. I explained to my friend that squirting is just urine, and turned out she and her partner were into it, and she wasn't aware of what it was. She's horrified and disgusted and I don't know how to interact with either of them anymore. I'm a dumb fuck and didn't even think of pissing because male squirting just sounds like ejaculation to me. It's all good man, the pee is stored in the balls anyway. Can I ask, why do you censor every mildly sexual word in your post? Everyone knows male ejaculation is just a myth anyway. Just like the male orgasm. I never understood why some people are super into it then disgusted when they learn it's actually just piss. Like, you're okay with something that's exactly like piss being sprayed all over you and that's not gross? The second it's actually piss means now it's disgusting? Like, it's disgusting either way LMAO. Just accept that you're turned on by a disgusting thing and enjoy it. Wait, so he just pisses in her face and they call it male squirting? Today I fucked up for not drinking enough water for years. Too long did not read. I thought I was just unhealthy, but I was severely dehydrated. I wouldn't start drinking water until after my energy drink, around 1 p.m. Some days, I would forget to drink water altogether. I had never really recognized thirst, except during intense drinking exercise or hot weather. Nobody in my immediate family drinks water. They drink tea or soda or alcohol, but no straight-up water. So, I thought I was fine. I was the most hydrated person I knew, after all. I'm also bulimic, purging, laxatives, exercise, restriction, the whole 9 yards, which fucked me over so much worse. I always had health issues, especially with my heart, but I chalked it up to bulimia. A few months ago, I went in for a strep test. The nurse was getting my vitals. They wanted a urine sample for a pregnancy test to see which antibiotics to prescribe, but I couldn't provide one after 3 bottles of water. My heart rate literally went from 40 to 140 in seconds while I was seated. They did my orthostatic vitals, laying, sitting, standing, and it was clear that I was dehydrated. I had to be rolled out in a wheelchair to go to the to get an IV. I felt much better after the IV, but I figured it was the pain meds they gave me for strep. More recently, I returned for my checkup. They took my vitals again, had to do orthostatic, and gave me another IV. I felt amazing afterwards. I couldn't remember ever feeling that alert and energized. I didn't know you weren't supposed to feel your heartbeat all of the time. I didn't have any afterimages, and I wasn't seeing faint stars in my vision. The strangest part was, I didn't feel anything when I was sitting down or standing up. I couldn't remember ever feeling so normal. So, I made hydration a priority. I stocked up on hydrolyte, cut back on caffeine, and receiving treatment for bulimia, and set reminders to drink water. No more dry eyes or skin, better BMs, and I have a lot more color in my face. I can't believe I lived like that for so long, especially with the fatigue and brain fog. I really hope it doesn't have any long-term consequences. I wish I had known so much earlier. Edit. It's not like I didn't know I needed to drink water lol. I thought, based on my environment, that I was a very hydrated person, which was not the case. We get a lot of the water and electrolytes we need through food, and my food intake and absorption was greatly impaired. On top of that, I was losing fluids at a similar rate as I was replenishing them. My threshold for water required for optimal health was far higher than the average person's due to bulimia. All of the symptoms I experienced could have been explained by bulimia alone, so I didn't recognize the role that dehydration played in my health decline, but both worked together to cause it. The bulimia was probably what was killing your hydration and electrolytes. I'm glad you got help. Time for you to join our Hydro Homies. I had severe low potassium for about 4 years, about 2.5 mmol/L thanks to primary hyperaldosteronism, and drinking any amount water made me feel terrible. Dizzy, foggy, high heart rate and sometimes palpitations, etc., because it was making my electrolyte imbalance worse. I'm now cured 2 weeks, adrenalectomy, and learning that water is not the enemy. It feels great. It's like increasing my ADHD meds. You just inspired me to start using electrolyte powder in my water again. I have Crohn's and have been having horrible flare-ups lately and no amount of water seems to be working. Seriously, thank you. And I'm glad you're feeling better. Definitely been there with the miracle of IVs. Well, I'm glad you're on the mend and are making a goal to stay hydrated. Water is essential for many functions in the body, especially the kidneys. I had heard of people that didn't drink any water at all and only drank soda. I didn't believe it was true. I thought it was an urban legend kinda thing. Soda was a no-no in my household growing up, so I never developed a taste for it. Thank God you didn't give yourself a kidney stone too. FYI, Pedialyte and Drip Drop make powders that are flavored which also contain electrolytes. I did this. I would go weeks without drinking water. I was getting it from fruits and other drinks etc. I knew I needed to drink more water and was working on drinking like 1 glass a day and going from there. But it was too late. I ended up in the with a kidney stone so large I had to get emergency surgery. I didn't know there was blood in my pee because my pee was always dark. Had been fighting the kidney stone for weeks and had no idea. Drink water kids. I certainly am now. Today I fucked up by emptying a 3-hole punch waste tray. Well, this happened a few days ago, but the consequences just arrived moments ago. I work in a small office of only 3-4 people. My boss replaced our crummy printer with a brand new printer 3 months ago. It was a remarkable printer, perhaps too heavy-duty for the amount of printing we do, but a welcome upgrade. One thing I was not fond of regarding this new printer was how it sounded when opening the doors to replace toner, fix paper jams, or conduct any other maintenance duties. I'm used to office equipment doors that softly click when I open or shut them. This new printer made harsh cracks and snaps when opening or closing anything, and it often required such force, that I'd be afraid I was trying to open something that doesn't open. One pleasant feature of our new printer was that it could 3-hole punch anything we printed. I used this quite a bit. Last Monday, I forgot to take my ADHD meds. My mind kinda jumps from task to task at random, and even though I hadn't used the 3-hole punch feature of the printer that day, I thought to myself, I should figure out how to dispose of the 3-hole punch circles in the printer. I opened a few of the doors of the printer, searching for a waste tray. Couldn't find it. Searched on YouTube for instructions. Found a model close enough to my printer, seemed simple enough to empty. I found a black tray, but it was screwed shut. I thought that it was weird that a hole punch waste tray would be screwed shut, but shrugged it off. I was really determined to dispose of these hole punches. After I unscrewed it, the tray only came out a little bit. Again, most things with this printer required a suspicious amount of force to open in the first place, so I just rolled with it. CRACKK. I immediately realized that this was not the 3-hole punch waste tray and that I fucked up. I tried pushing the tray back in, which made even more cracking noises, and got it just barely into a position that I could screw it back in. I closed all the doors and exited out of the maintenance notice message on the screen of the printer. I tried to print something, and it made some awful noises, but it started to work. Until the end. The paper wouldn't come all the way out of the printer, it would jam up every time. It would print just fine, but the paper would get all crinkled up and stuck every time. I was the only one in the office at the time, so I just made the responsible decision to ignore it without telling a soul. I came into work yesterday morning and everybody was there. I was hoping we could go a day without any printing, but within 20 seconds of me sitting down, I heard the printer going. My desk is right next to the printer. The other 3 office rooms are further down the hall, so I guess they didn't hear it, so I pretended not to hear it as well. Then I heard the printer going again and my boss walked in to retrieve his papers. He unjammed the paper and asked if I had any issues with the printer the past few days. I told him I did, but thought it was just a random paper jam. He started inspecting the printer, but couldn't figure out what the issue was. He had me call for an inspection. The maintenance guy just left about an hour ago and this fucking asshole told my boss that there's no way it was a manufacturing error. Somebody had to have broken this part with force. My boss looked at me and asked me if I did something to the printer. I lied by telling him that I did when I was trying to fix the paper jam issue yesterday and that I maybe accidentally bumped something I wasn't supposed to. I don't know why I lied, I'm generally honest. I guess I thought I was in too deep to turn around. Anyway, gonna cost $600,900 to repair. We're using the old one for now. Additionally, I just found the 3-hole punch tray and it was only about 5% full. Too long did not read. I attempted to empty my new office printer's 3-hole punch paper waste tray, but broke an expensive part of the printer instead. Edit. Guys, I don't actually think the maintenance guy is an asshole. It was supposed to joke, I was pretending to be mad at him for exposing me. He was nice and smelled like cinnamon rolls. I also told my boss I broke it before I left today and he told me he was getting it fixed under warranty. He laughed and called me an idiot. There is either nothing here or just this link. You are not generally honest. Generally honest people don't break something, and then put it back for someone else to discover. ADHD, autism and other mental quirks aren't an excuse for bad behavior. The maintenance guy is not a fucking asshole for being honest. The asshole is the guy trying to treat everyone like a fool while refusing to accept that they are the fool. Look at the bright side. The 3-hole punch waste tray is now brand spanking clean. I love that the maintenance guy is the asshole for accurately identifying the issue op caused. Op telling us a lot about themselves without trying to. As a printer tech, don't fuck around with the printers unless the screen tells you to. They're finicky bastards who will punish you the first chance they get. Just be glad it wasn't the waste toner bin, those things are messy. I used to do warranty work for Dell, HP, Lexmark. Something like that could definitely be beast into a warranty repair. I fixed many in similar states.